Hi everybody and welcome once again to NJPW Extra. I'm Chris Charlton right here in the NJPW Event Center where we've had a week to decompress and digest everything that happened at Wrestling Dontaku, and we'll bring you some of the highlights in a little while. We've got big championship matches signed for Dominion in Osaka-jo Hall. The best of the Super Junior cards are decided, and we're just a few days away from Capital Collision in Washington, D.C. as well. All that to talk about, plus a fantastic free match this week. Hiroshi Tanahashi is your new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. We're going to look at the first time he took the red and gold when he faced Lance Archer in Los Angeles, California last year. That's still to come, but first let's take a look at what's happening around the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling this week. We're starting in Japan, where all eyes are on Best of the Super Junior starting May the 15th. Every event in the tournament coming to you live and in English on NJPWWorld.com. But there are still shockwaves emanating from Dontaku in the Fukuoka PayPay Dome, many of which influencing matches made in Washington, D.C. for May the 14th and Capital Collision. After our spectacular main event that saw Kazuchika Okada retain over Tetsuya Naito, none other than Switchblade Jay White returned to Japan and laid out the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion with 2 Blade Runners. The intent was obvious and the follow-through immediate. At Dominion, it will be Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. But before that, a tag team preview in Washington, D.C. Jay White will team up with Hikuleo as Kazuchika Okada pulls from the deep Chaos roster that extends into All Elite Wrestling, as Trent Beretta returns to an NJPW ring for the first time since February 2019 in what's sure to be a spectacular tag team contest. Meanwhile, new tag team champions were crowned at Dontaku in the form of Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens. They emerged from a 3-way Tongan Tornado match, defeating Hiroki Goto of Bishamon, but that meant that former champions Great Okan and Jeff Cobb still had a claim. Okan and Cobb will challenge Fale and Owens at Dominion in Osaka-jo Hall, but before that, at Capital Collision, it will be a singles preview as Chase Owens takes on the Dominator, Okan. But the biggest change to the Capital Collision card this week circled around the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. We have a new champion, and his name is Hiroshi Tanahashi, after he defeated Tomohiro Ishii in a fantastic match made on short notice as Will Ospreay was unable to join the card. But it was after the match that Juice Robinson revealed himself as the newest member of Bullet Club and laid out the ace, laying his own claim to the red and gold belt, with Tanahashi already having a match supposedly signed with Will Ospreay, as well as a challenge being issued by Jon Moxley. The added wrinkle of Juice Robinson led to a 4-way match being made. Tanahashi versus Moxley versus Ospreay versus Juice. That all coming up Saturday night, May the 14th at Capital Collision. Very limited tickets still do remain. Head to njpw1972.com for details and be part of this stunning event on a huge weekend of NJPW action. Meanwhile, this week, NJPW Strong saw action from Dallas, Texas. Starting with hometown boy Barrett Brown teaming up with Stray Dog Army partner Bateman as they faced Hikuleo and Chris Bay. The confident Brown tried to finesse the finesser, but it would be Bay outquicking Brown until a half-and-half suplex brought Bateman in. But the twisted Bateman was not able to escape dominant offense from Hikuleo. Bateman was in the wrong part of town for the bulk of the match, and even after Brown got himself back into the fray, Bay would defuse a Stray Dog Army double team, and it would be a lariat and a chokeslam from Hikuleo for the victory. All Heart Blake Christian had an uphill battle to climb against Jonah in their singles contest this week on Strong. Blake was easily outpowered, but once he got on his horse, he was able to take Jonah down until an ambitious plancher saw him slammed into the ring post. Christian tried to rally and landed a big DDT in the ring and outside before a 450 got him a near 2, but in the end the top dog would catch Christian with a mid-air spear followed by a powerbomb and the tsunami splash to pick up the W. The main event on Strong this week saw Fred Rosser, Alex Coughlin and the DKC take on JR Kratos, Royce Isaacs and Tom Lawler of Team Filthy. Coughlin and Kratos have an intense rivalry that circled around Coughlin beating Kratos some months ago on Strong before graduating from the LA dojo. Those two would brawl all over the ring, and Rosser was obsessed with Tom Lawler, and that was the story of the match and of the finish. As Coughlin and Kratos battled and Lawler and Rosser brawled, it would be Royce Isaacs getting a super power slam to pick up the victory over the DKC. But after the match, another chapter in the tale between Mr. No Days Off and the leader of Team Filthy. Rosser badly wants a third shot at Tom Lawler and another challenge for the Strong Openweight Championship. But Lawler would say no, only allowing Rosser to challenge if he faces Royce Isaacs and Jarrell Nelson in a handicap match coming up next week in a special Friday edition of NJPW Strong. What a great set of matches to come as we get set for a spectacular summer in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And don't forget that we will be with you every single step of the way on NJPWWorld.com. Every match, event, moment, from Best of the Super Juniors and Dominion as well, with live ringside English coverage. Do not miss a second on the king of sports streaming services. And make sure you watch NJPW in person. There's just a few tickets left for Capital Collision this Saturday in Washington, D.C. Then we're going to turn around and Sunday hit the 2300 Arena in Philly for Collision and NJPW Strong. Make sure you get tickets to that one, njpw1972.com. June the 19th, we head to the Vermont, Hollywood, and Ignition. That is just one live event, our last live event stop away from Forbidden Door in the United Center as NJPW and AEW go head to head. It's an unmissable summer around the world for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But let's take you to some free action for right now here on Extra. It's from Resurgence. It was Lance Archer defending the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Kevin Kelly, Matt Raywold, Alex Kozlov are on the call. Let's head to ringside.
This is a dangerous, angry monster. And he's the champ. And he's holding the title that Tanahashi has never held.
The bell sounds and our main event is underway here at Resurgence, the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship.
When you think of Hiroshi Tanahashi, you think of consistency. No man in recent memory has just been more consistently at the top of the New Japan Pro Wrestling scene than Tanahashi. Always there, always ready. Lance Archer's been around almost just as long, but recently has been on a roll like no other.
That roll really started in the 2019 G1. Archer unbeaten in his first two. Tanahashi looking for some footing in that tournament. They met Korakuen Hall, and a victory roll later, the ace gets the win. Archer could not regain his footing. He continued to wow, amazing physicality, but struggled to find victories down the stretch. And it all started with Tanahashi, and he slung Tana out of the ring, sending a message early, Alex, that he owns the squared circle.
Tanahashi, throughout his career, he has a formula for how he gets the victories. He'll damage the leg or the knee joint with a bunch of...
Catching Archer on the way in, snapping the neck of Archer. Tanahashi used to bulldoze his way through his opponents, but throughout the years, as his wrestling IQ has increased, he's begun to be able to win matches with smarts. Now this, not exactly a display of that, Matt.
Not the tactic I would take with a beast like the Murderhawk Monster. Tanahashi always wanted to test his mettle, and there's the smarts, Kevin.
Alex, that's what you were talking about earlier on.
That is the formula for him. He attacks the leg, he gets you with a bunch of dragon screws, and then he You got to be careful, though.
You gotta chop the tree down
That's how you do
as he
it.
hacks away at the legs of Lance Archer.
While Tanahashi was watching Lance Archer unseat Jon Moxley as the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship, as the US Champion, Tanahashi was in his own gauntlet of sorts on back-to-back nights. First in Nagoya, an emotional physical battle best in Kenta. Then 24 hours later, he thought his journey was complete for the tour, but with Kota Ibushi unable to compete battling pneumonia, Tanahashi stepped up and challenged for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. You wouldn't give the ace too much of a chance, would you? Well, 37 minutes later, Shingo Takagi survived, and the claw applied by Lance Archer early, and now it looks like Tanahashi is in a lot of trouble here in the ropes.
Well, the amount of pressure you put on the temple of Tanahashi.
Oh, and look who is sitting just off to our right. I didn't even see him come down there. He's sitting at the timekeeper's table. Is the former U.S. Heavyweight Champion.
Sitting right next to his former property, that U.S. Championship. You know, Mox has got a little bit of a bone to pick here. He's been calling out a lot of people in New Japan, calling out Tanahashi for ducking it.
Yeah.
Saying he didn't take this match until he saw that Mox lost the U.S. Championship to Lance Archer.
And of course, his issue with Archer, direct result of the count-out victory when Archer took the title. So, Jon Moxley with a vested interest in the outcome of this match, and he's sitting off to our right as Tanahashi gets slung into the railing.
10, 11, 12, 13.
And now Archer's going to look to pick up in his second defense of this U.S. title, winning by countout, but he will sling Jeremy Marcus down, breaking the count.
He wants to cause more pain. He wants to make a statement against a stalwart like Hiroshi Tanahashi.
He's got a lot of confidence too. He beat Moxley. He beat Hikuleo. He wants to prove to the world that he's a real champion, and he's a weapon.
And if you want to prove that against anyone, Tanahashi's one of those people.
That shot completely knocking Tanahashi silly.
Referee Jeremy Marcus better be careful about the orders he's throwing towards Lance Archer.
You know, and when Ibushi could not face Shingo for the World Heavyweight Championship, there were other athletes that could have been tagged. But New Japan knew they could always rely on Tanahashi to be the representative of the company and fight with pride and honor for the World Heavyweight Championship. He almost won the thing. Nobody gave him a chance in hell against Shingo, but he nearly unseated him at Tokyo Dome, Alex.
There's no denying the heart of Tanahashi. That's right. That's right. Just another one.
Shut up!
And it's real difficult, facing a guy like Lance Archer, the arm's reach, the reach advantage that Lance Archer has over Tanahashi. Just as you are trying to go on the offensive, you have to switch to a defensive because of the reach of Lance Archer.
And now Tanahashi,
Watch
wait
out.
a minute, no! Oh, the derailer!
Lance Archer came to dismantle Tanahashi.
Wait a minute, too. A boot in the chest is never going to beat the ace.
Come on, Tana. They're cheering for you, Tana.
The absolute intensity of the Murderhawk monster can be felt tonight.
He is scary.
He is on another level here.
Yep.
Oh! Hard punch to the gut.
Working the midsection, working those ribs. Again, we alluded to it earlier, making it harder
out.
to breathe.
Wow. He's going to keep going.
That's about 270 pounds crashing into you over and over. Oh! These guys are like the exact opposite of each other. Tanahashi is like the nicest man in the world, and Lance Archer is the meanest. that I've seen.
Mean. That's one word you could use.
Yeah.
One mean. Sadistic.
Running in
cruel.
running in that Suzuki-gun faction, as Archer did in New Japan, they were so bad, they were exiled to Pro Wrestling Noah for 2 years. And now Archer, wait a minute now, focus on Tanahashi. Moxley's not bothering anybody. He's on this side of the railing. He's simply watching the match. Lance,
He's
come
not
on
even
now.
he's not even focused on Moxley.
Well, I mean, he already beat Moxley. He just wants to cause a little havoc.
Shut up!
I mean, and Tanahashi is still down.
Yeah.
Speaks to the power of the Murder Hawk monster.
Never tired, never give up, never quit.
Lance Archer is asking for more. He's playing with him.
Oh
my God. I'm not sure Tanahashi has a chance. Tanahashi is beat up.
It's always amazing to see when you see someone firing up shot after shot after shot, and all it takes is
Tokyo.
What?
What time is his flight back to fucking Tokyo?
Hey, come on now. I don't know.
Tell him he ain't making it.
As soon as you're done with him, he's flying back. It's true.
Asking me questions I don't know the answer to.
You arranging travel
No.
for everybody now, Kevin? It's going to be a difficult night for Tanahashi.
Get some ice packs.
But here's the thing. Archer's confident. That's great, but he's got to stay focused on Tanahashi. Not this crowd, not the ring announcer, not Jon Moxley. This is Hiroshi Tanahashi, one of the best New Japan's ever had. Keep your focus on it.
It's true, but I mean, so far, he's been beating the crap out of him, making it look easy.
And one thing I wondered coming in, because Tanahashi went through that emotional 20-plus minute war with Kenta, and then 24 hours later, Tokyo Dome 37-minute world title fight against Shingo. Nobody dials it up better than Tanahashi for one match. Nobody. But has his body healed from that? Oh, come on now. Has his body healed coming into this match? We know that he has chronically aching knees because of the years of punishment, the high fly flows. And physically, he's not what he once was. Mentally and emotionally, he's stronger than ever. But again, you give a puncher one chance. You give a champion one chance. And Archer is doing all he can to break Tanahashi, to show the world that he is the dominant champion.
I mean, he's torturing Tanahashi.
Goes for the chokeslam. Tanahashi escapes.
He's taking
Oh, no,
everything.
no.
Wait a minute.
Could be looking for it.
Dragon screws.
And this is what Tanahashi is so good at, those dragon screws, weakening the joint, the ligaments of the leg.
And at the 10-minute mark, this match has completely changed with one move.
And that's what it is. That's that experience. The one opportunity to turn it around, and Tanahashi does it.
Somersault senton. Goes for the cover and a kick out at one. Tanahashi, though, wasting no time. He's going to go to the second rope. Going to look for another somersault senton here.
Oh my God.
Crunched him. Two. And Archer kicks out.
That drove all the wind out of Lance Archer.
And after the majority of this contest, landsliding in the favor of Lance Archer, absolutely everything has changed.
Oh, and thoughts of a sling blade cut down to size.
That was a hard boot. He ran hard into it.
And now after that flurry from Tanahashi, you have to imagine Lance Archer is mad.
Oh, here we go. Oh! God. Choke slam on the apron of the ring.
There's nothing Lance Archer won't do. He will stop at nothing to destroy you.
Absolute disrespect to the fans here, to Tanahashi himself.
2, 3,
This is scary, man.
5.
now Archer stepping over the top rope.
Oh, and we've seen this before from Lance Archer.
This is the freakish combination of agility, balance.
And for a man his size to be commanding the ropes like this
What an
is
athlete.
impressive.
Tanahashi has no choice but to follow him. Like a dog on
Oh
a leash.
my God!
Moonsault. Moonsault 2. And Tanahashi kicks out.
And those knees came down hard on the head of Tanahashi.
And folks, look at how Tanahashi kicked out. That was not a strong kick out.
Right.
How much life is left in the body of Tanahashi?
Not much, and Lance is enjoying this.
And you look, the nose might be busted to Tanahashi.
Uh-oh, blackout coming.
He might just finish him here, honestly.
Yep. If he hits it, it's over.
Oh! Goodbye,
He hits
folks.
it. And
That's
now
it.
the leg is hooked
Two.
too.
Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Barely lifting his leg within distance, putting that leg on the rope, breaking the count.
That's all that separates
My
Lance
God.
Archer from victory.
Barely conscious, blood running from his nose, but still the veteran has the wherewithal to know where he is in that squared circle and gets his foot to the rope.
Oh.
Another one. He's already taken one, folks. Up on the shoulder.
Oh!
Sling blade!
Barely able to reverse that. Will that buy him enough time to recover?
Well, that's just it. Sometimes barely is just enough to get separation, just enough to give yourself time to breathe.
Man. I thought it was over.
I think everybody did. Everybody but Tanahashi.
Oh my God. Trading shots here. Fans cheering for Tanahashi and giving him some inspiration. I think he's got a broken nose.
They still believe, broken nose or not, he's still fighting.
Oh my God, did you hear that?
Tana off the rope. Sling blade one more time. Archer's up on his feet though. Swing, miss, twist and shout. Archer getting back up, but not as quickly. Here we go. Sling blade again. Cover two. Kick out.
Where in the world did he get that burst of energy?
Like the fire in the torch above our heads is burning, the fire in the belly of Tanahashi never goes out.
My God. I guarantee you all the young lions are watching because he's truly an example for all of them. The fire that he has inside of him, the heart.
Example of inspiration, but inspirations get snuffed out quickly when you have someone like the Murder Hawk Monster on your back.
Archer bulldozing him and now pounding away.
Just clubbing. It looks like he's
Yeah, Archer's
Now.
undoing the straps of the corner pad and is going to expose.
Why?
Why not?
He's done so much. He's so dominant. If he believes he's as bad as he says he is, why does he need to do this?
He just wants to punish Tanahashi for even doing what he's done so far.
And now he's going outside and he's looking for something else.
Looking to send a very specific and very painful message.
This is not a Texas death match here. This
No,
is
it is not.
can get disqualified, so I would be think twice about this.
And if he gets disqualified, he will lose the U.S. heavyweight title. But Lance Archer, regardless of the risk, is going to wedge that chair in.
Well, I mean, look, technically he's not hitting him with the chair. If Tanahashi happens to stumble into it, is that the same?
Happens to stumble into it.
And with the way Lance has treated these officials tonight.
No, wait a minute, wait a minute.
No, wait a minute! Oh, no!
Skull first!
No! No!
Oh!
Well, hey, Jeremy, should you disqualify Tanahashi?
No! Tanahashi, here we go!
Oh!
Once more cut off at the pass by Lance Archer.
Oh my God!
One, two,
Oh my!
Tanahashi was able to kick out after the black hole slam by Lance Archer.
Wow.
You can just see the rage seething in Lance Archer. The fact that he can't put Tanahashi away yet.
How much more rage does he have in him?
This is a fire that's been in his belly since 2011. He's got 10 years of rage that is all built up.
He's making him pay for it, that's for sure.
And now Archer.
This is a dangerous, awful predicament for Tanahashi to be in.
A thankless position, hoisted up, superplex awaits. Wait, Tanahashi.
Fighting with everything he's got left.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Headbutt to his head, to that nose, already bloodied.
Oh! A swat of a left hand from Tanahashi, and now repeatedly knocking him down.
Right upside the jaw.
Wait a minute, Tanahashi, top rope, Archer staggering around. Here we go, aces high.
Could it be? He's not done.
No. Here we go. Tanahashi, high, fly.
He connects, oh my God!
Still not done.
No!
He's gonna make sure the monster is down.
No way.
Here we go.
No way.
Can he do it? High.
No way! No! Oh my God! Tanahashi somehow, by some form of miracle, captures the title.
IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi!
What an absolute display of fortitude from Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Tanahashi has done it! Tanahashi has defeated Lance Archer here at Resurgence to become the new IWGP US Heavyweight Champion.
He still got it.
What a great way to end up this edition of NJPW Extra. Next week, it's Capital Collision coming up Saturday in Washington, D.C. So, in a little twist to our normally scheduled programming, NJPW Extra will instead be replaced by a special Capital Collision pre-show as I get you ready for a fantastic card in D.C. Don't miss that one, and don't miss Best of the Super Juniors as well on NJPW World. Can't wait to see you next time. Until then, Gokigenyo, sayonara.